kept telling him I wasn't paying that. Like, I wouldn't even respond because I was feeling played. Can you please show me another car? Like, I kept saying, show me another car, show me another car, show me another car. Like,
she's a pretty brown thing, got them curls that hang, and everybody knows when they see me, it's take glow. She's got beauty and brain, a glow that shines through rain. She's take glow. Get you the walk around the beautiful car, like the house.
Congratulations.
You're fluffy. You're fluffy.
Follow Miss Granny. She wants you.
Your favorite color?
He saw my phone case. He said he didn't, but he saw the phone case.
Laws of attraction. That's how it happened. It was just laws of attraction. Pick these up. Yeah. Big business.
She got a new car. She got a new car. Uh-oh, she got a new car. She got a new car. Check her out.
Hey, you gonna meet me back here? Because I don't know where to go. Oh, you just over there, right?
Yeah. Check out Take Glow on her 2020 Nissan.
2020.
2020.
Okay. All right. She trying to show me inside the car.
All right, I'm good.
so what's up, y'all? Today, I'm just gonna be giving my little story time on me buying my first car at 19, working at Walmart, $11 an hour, y'all. I make $11 an hour working at Walmart. That's just that. And I have a 2020 Nissan Versa. How you do that, girl? What am I paying? I'm gonna tell y'all all of that. And I'm gonna tell y'all the advice. I did go by myself. So I'm gonna tell y'all the story time. I'm at school in Joplin, Missouri. I'm from Dallas, Texas. That's my permanent address is in Dallas, Texas, but my physical address right now is in Joplin, Missouri. So I was planning on getting a car in Missouri since that's where I go to school at. My mama didn't want to worry about me having to drive to school, and just in case I got a bad car, if it couldn't survive that 6-hour drive. But it happened during all of this quarantine and lockdown, all of that stuff, everywhere closing. So rewind. I'm planning on getting a car, right? I went up to the Honda that's by my school because I wanted a Honda Civic. So I'm going up there, you know, I'm telling him I don't want to pay more than $250 a month, and I don't want to put down more than $1,500. Because y'all, I'm young. I don't have the best credit right now. At one point, I did have almost a perfect credit score, but then I was irresponsible, got some credit cards, you know, did what I did. So right now I don't have the best credit score. I don't have any buyer's history or anything like that. So I expect it to be paying high. You know, $1,500 is a high down payment, but it's also not bad. But for someone like me, $1,500 is really good. So he was showing me exactly what I asked for. He said for sure I wasn't paying more than $250, and for sure I wasn't putting more than $1,500 down. So he shows me this 2012 Honda Civic. It was really nice. It was a cute little mom looking car. It was gray. It was real small and short, especially y'all, since I had just learned how to drive like within that 3 weeks, because I was like, okay, I have to learn how to drive because I got to go get my license when I go home for spring break, because I don't get to go home that much from school, but I was going for spring break. I had already scheduled off. So the plan was to go home that week of spring break, get my license. But moral of the story is I'm planning on getting a car from that Honda, whether it was that 2012 or any car. So fast forward to the week that I go home, I go get my permit. I go to the Texas DPS, which is the Department of Public Safety, where we get our IDs and license, permit, all of that. I had already took my driver's course online. It was the 18 and up driver's course. All you have to do is take a 6-hour course and then go get your permit and take your driver's test. So I go to the DPS, you know, I take my picture for my permit, and cool, I get that. Everything is good. I have my permit to drive. Then I go take my driver's test. I passed my driver's test. And then me and my friend, we started doing these. And it took us a while because we kept stopping. So it was about 2 days from when I got my permit. I went up to the DPS to go get my actual driver's license. All I had to do was turn in the packet from the place I took my driver's test to just so they can take my picture and print my license. All I needed was my picture taken for my license. That's all I needed. The day that I went, the DPS was closed down because the government, any government issue place is closed down right now because of everything that's going on. So I had to text the man from Honda because he had been texting me, you know, trying to keep me updated and trying to make sure that I was still coming back. So I told him the situation, you know, and he was like, well, hopefully when all of this is over, you can come by and get a car. Pretty much letting me know that I couldn't get a car without a license, even though I had a permit. So it really didn't make sense because okay, whatever, because I don't know how it worked. But moral of the story is I ended up not being able to get a car from there. So I was really sad, you know, so I started calling places in Dallas and I was like, hey, you know, am I able to buy a car with a permit? Telling them the situations. Like, I have my license, it's just not, I don't have the picture because the DPS is now closed. I have the packet that's sealed, but it can't be opened, so you won't be able to look in it and see my test result. But I am a licensed driver, you know, telling, and then everywhere in Dallas was like, oh yeah, just come by. And I was gonna go to the Honda in Dallas, but it was like 20 minutes away from my house, and the Nissan was like 12 minutes away from my house, so I ended up going to Nissan. So keep in mind, at Honda by my school, I had a really good experience, and the guy was making sure I got exactly what I wanted, you know. He wasn't trying to put me in a brand new car and trying to, he wasn't worried about a sale. Like, he wasn't worried about the price on the sale that he was giving me. He was just worried about getting me in what I wanted. And that's what you should want in a car dealership. So I really wish I had bought a car from there, simply because I was buying with someone who actually cared about what I wanted rather than his sale. So fast forward, I'm at the Nissan in Dallas, you know. I'm talking to this man. First thing I say is I don't want to pay more than $250, and I don't want to put more than $1,500 down. So I tell him that, and then immediately he takes me outside. He shows me this car, and he's like, this is a 2020 Nissan Versa, and it was blue, y'all. He had to have seen my phone case. He said he didn't, because blue's my favorite color. My phone case is blue, so I know that's why he showed me that blue car. He talking about it was laws of attraction, laws of attractions. That's cap. I know when I'm being ran game on. Like, I knew he was running game the whole time. I really did get a deal, but he was running game. He take me to this car, you know, he like, well, let's drive it. And you know, me, I barely passed my driving test, and I had just been learning to drive. I was like, drive it. Oh shit, I hope I don't fuck up that car, and I ain't even bought it yet. Like, I didn't even know what would have happened if I fucked up the car. Like, would I have had to pay for it? Because baby, I ain't have the money for that. But anyways, so we drive the car, and I'm like, damn, this is a nice car. And then he telling me all the features on it. You know, he's showing me the backup camera. The car immediately stops if there's anything within 10 feet in front of it or 10 feet behind it, whether it's a curve, a person, another car, like, it auto brakes itself. And it been a couple times I done almost hit some curves even now, and my car auto brakes, and it scares the hell out of me because I'm thinking I'm just rolling, the next thing you know my car brakes. And it also has the little blind spot. So if somebody's in my blind spot, my mirror shows a little orange thing to let me know that somebody's in my blind spot and not to get over. My wheel vibrates is if I try to get over while somebody's in my blind spot, and also if I try to get over without turning on my turn signal, it also vibrates. So it's a pretty safe car, especially for me, somebody who can barely drive. Like, it's a really good car. I can't hit nobody. People can still hit me, but I can't hit nobody, and I can't just get over. I can't do none of that. So it's a pretty good car. It was like the perfect car for me, perfect color. It was a 2020. Who wouldn't want a 2020, right? So I'm in that car thinking like, damn. Then he like, so you like it? I said, I'm not gonna like it until I know how much it costs, because it's a 2020. I'm like, I already know this ain't finna be nothing good. So then he like, of course I gotta tell you how much it costs. So we go inside, you know, he come back and he like, okay, so monthly payment of that car is $393 and $2,500 down. And I said, I don't want that. I told you what I wanted. Like, that really did, in that moment, it really made me mad, because even though I knew what he was doing, it's like if a customer comes to you telling you what they want, you could at least shoot them from there. You don't try to make no big pitch. Like, I really felt like he was trying to make me feel like I was stupid, just like I still know, like, what he's saying, I got a really good deal on the car. I did. But then also, again, you know, when somebody tells you, hey, this was this much, and it really never was, they just shooting you prices and then lower that just to make you feel like you're getting a deal, but really you're getting the price of the car anyways. That's what I felt like happened, but he still says it didn't. I kept telling him I wasn't paying that. Like, I wouldn't even respond because I was feeling played. Like, I'm like, I'm not even finna talk to you about this. Like, can you please show me another car? Like, I kept saying, show me another car, show me another car, show me another car. Like, I was doing that because it's like I'm literally requesting another car. And he kept saying, oh, you don't want to go to the used car lot? That's originally what I wanted. I wanted a used car. He was like, you don't want to go to the used car lot because you're what's it called? Your interest rate is going to be higher, blah, 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 this and that. And my mama was telling me your interest rate is based on your credit. And he kept saying, yeah, that's true. But your interest rate is also based on the car, how old it is, if it's new or old. Somebody let me know in the comments if that's true or not, because I don't know. So then he come back and he like, okay, so what's the highest you willing to pay for the car? I'm like, $250. I'm not paying no more, no less than that, right? So my mama also bought a car from that exact same Nissan, right? So I'm telling him how I'm not paying that or whatever. And then he pulls up my mama's account. She has a 2017 Nissan. I don't know what make it is, but or what model, whatever it's called. But she has a 27 Nissan, and he's pulling up her account saying, well, your mama has a 2017 and she has a higher interest rate and higher monthly payment than you'll have with a brand new 2020 car with only 6 miles on it. So he telling me all this good stuff, and that really was good, because I really did walk away with a 2020 car paying less than what my mama paying for a 2017. So that was really good, but it's still like, I'm 19, I make $11 an hour, and this is my credit that I could be messing up, me paying a $300 car note. So I ended up walking away with a $329 car note, which isn't pretty bad. I do make enough money, so I'm good on it. Like, it's good, but I didn't want to put myself in a situation to where I could be irresponsible and be done spent too much money and not have enough money, you know? So I really didn't want to spend that, but it was a really good car, and I wanted a 2020, so I let it happen, you know. It really was a good deal. But my advice to y'all is, if you say you don't want to pay something, don't pay it unless you really are being offered a deal or you find something better. Now, if you went in lowballing yourself, you're like, oh, I don't want to pay more than this, but you're lowballing yourself and you end up spending more for something better and something that you find yourself more happy in, then that's fine. You don't have to feel played if you're walking away satisfied. And I knew I was walking away satisfied with that 2020 blue car. Like, I knew I was satisfied. The only thing is, don't go over your budget. I said $250, but I knew I would be able to pay that. So even if it's something that makes you happy, don't go over your budget. Tell them what you want to pay, what you actually want to pay. But then just in case you can't find nothing within that, there's a budget that you know you absolutely cannot cross, or either you will not be able to pay your bills. Because me, I got into a wreck when I was 14. If you haven't watched that video, I'll put it in the description box. But I got into a wreck when I was 14. So that is on my driver's record. It's on my name. And it didn't go onto my name until I was 18. So the wreck is marked under 2018. So that's new. So my insurance, $329 car note. My insurance is $400 because I'm 19, a new driver, freshly had just gotten my license, a very new driver, and I have that wreck on my history, and it's also a 2020 car. A 2020 car will give you higher insurance. The older your car is, the lower your insurance. The better your driving history, the better your insurance. The longer you've had insurance, the longer your driving history, no wrecks, the better your insurance. I had no chance with good insurance no matter what, especially since I'm being financed, meaning that I have a car note. I have to have full coverage, and that's also what's expensive. Having full coverage insurance, yes, it's good that you have full coverage. You want full coverage, but full coverage is expensive. Like, when I was calculating my insurance, I was doing it based on cars that were like 2015. I didn't know the wreck was on my history until I called and got insurance, because I was thinking, oh, it was from a long time ago, that's not gonna go on my name. So I was calculating on the minimum coverage, insurance, and all that, and I'm like, oh, $200, because you know Geico do a student discount and all that. So I'm like, oh, $200, that's gonna be easy, you know. Then when I seen that $400 when I was walking off that lot, like, I was really sitting there, I was feeling down, because based on me going to Honda, you know, I was getting in an older car, I was gonna be paying what I wanted. So I was like, dang, I really walked away putting myself in some expensive bills. I know I can do it and I know I can handle it, but I was like, I have some high bills that I'm finna have to hold myself to, or I'm not gonna have a car. And I really needed the car, y'all. Like, I wasn't gonna die without it, but I'm in college, I have a job, I work full-time hours. I need a car. I absolutely need a car. There's nothing, I don't like to depend on nobody. I don't like to ask nobody for a ride to work. So I needed a car. What do I look like asking everybody for rides? And I have a full-time job and I have money. I don't want to be paying nobody for gas when I can be putting gas in my own car. And I understand that cars are expensive. You know, something happens, you got to get that fixed. You got to keep your tags up to date. You got to make sure everything in your car is smooth. Oil changes. You got to make sure you're going to get your, I don't know what they call, inspections, all that. You got to make sure you keeping your car up, keeping your car with gas. I didn't want to be a person, my tank always on. If I want to make sure I always have more than half a tank. That's my goal, and I'm sticking to that. I want to make sure that I'm in a well position. I'm young. It's no reason for me to be living check to check. So I felt really disappointed. I'm like, dang, I'm putting myself in a situation where I could be living check to check. I'm finna have a $400 insurance, a $329 car note. I have rent, light bill. You know, I was thinking about all that stuff. And you really want to take in consideration everything else you're paying. If you're somebody who don't pay any other bills, you might not have as much to worry about. But if you pay bills, don't go and buy something you know you are not going to afford. You need to calculate your expenses, and you need to make sure, okay, I'm gonna have money for food. You need to make sure you can feed yourself before anything. Yes, you may need a car, and you may want a good car, but you don't have to go get the best car on the lot, the most expensive car, the newest car, because a new car doesn't mean anything. It's about what you can afford and living your lifestyle and doing what you can do. Don't try to see fit for what others like. Don't try to impress nobody. Just do what's gonna make you happy and do what you can afford. So that pretty much is my buying experience. If I didn't answer anything, let me know. But that's the end of this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And comment down below more videos you want to see, video suggestions, all of that. I'm gonna make sure I drop all the videos, all the bangers for y'all. But peace out, Tay Glow Gang.